Hi guys, I'm Kieran, also known here on YouTube as Bombón Escocés. We find ourselves one more day in Barcelona. However, today's not as sunny, as you can see, as it was yesterday. Very cloudy, very much like my own country, Scotland. I want to share something today with you guys, which is the magical fountain of Montjuïc here in Barcelona. This fountain was heavily destroyed during the Spanish Civil War. Actually, previous to this, the construction of this fountain, there were 4 pillars which were built as a representation of Catalanism. As you guys may know, many people in Catalonia do not feel Spanish. They feel that Catalonia is its own distinct nation with its own language, its own culture, and for that reason, these pillars that used to be here that were built were destroyed by the Spanish dictator Miguel Primo de Rivera, because he wasn't having any of that. He believed in the unity of Spain, a strong Spain. In 2010, the pillars were actually reconstructed, as you can see behind me there. And yeah, these were rebuilt. These are not the original pillars because the original ones were here. Why then did Miguel Primo de Rivera decide to destroy these 4 pillars? Well, that's simple, because he was completely against Catalan separatism and the idea of Catalonia being a separate nation. His slogan was country, religion and monarchy, something of which many Catalans were against. They wanted to distance themselves from the idea of Spain and the Spanish monarchy, so that's why he wasn't very happy. He decided to destroy the pillars. So the next thing I'd like to show you guys is the National Palace of Montjuïc, which is just behind me here, and you can see it's very beautiful. I don't know if the video even does it justice, to be honest. It's very imposing, it's very large, and this place, actually it's the first time I've been here. I've explored Barcelona before and I really like the city. Sometimes I feel like I like Girona in some ways, because like Girona is more quiet and it's more peaceful, but you know, Barcelona's just full of tourism and sometimes that can be a bit annoying for me. But like here, for example, it's pretty peaceful, and you can see there's like some escalators here up to the palace. So we're going to go up and we'll have a look and see what we can find up here. Guys, like I've been seriously interested in finding out more about Catalanism and Catalan independence. Maybe you guys actually know this, but in 2017, the Catalonian people actually held a referendum to become independent from Spain. The referendum was considered to be illegal by the Spanish government. So the Spanish government actually sent in police officers to take away the ballot boxes and the voting papers, which many Catalans felt was an attack on their democracy. What do you guys think? I don't want to cause a controversy in the comments, but I find it really interesting just to think about these things and find out about the reality of Catalonia. For those of you who have never been to Spain before and you have this image in your head that Spain is all sunshine and beaches and paella, that's not true at all, because it's actually started to rain. It's como una llovizna, como like a light rain. And yeah, like in Girona as well, it's very humid. It's definitely not the weather that you might expect to find in the south, in Andalusia for example. But yeah, like especially if you go to the north of Spain, to places like Galicia, you'll find it's not what the sort of the idea that people have of Spain is. It's actually, the climate is a lot more similar to the UK, and the scenery, the countryside is very green, unlike the south where things are a lot drier. Desde aquí podemos ver la Sagrada Familia, que es el monumento, o el edificio, el monumento más visitado de esta ciudad. Vamos a ver si lo vemos. ¿Ves? Ahí en la distancia es la Sagrada Familia. Pero sí, quería comentar sobre lo que comenté antes, ¿no? Del independentismo catalán, que lo que más me interesa es que en Escocia también tenemos un movimiento independentista. Muchos escoceses se quieren alejar de Inglaterra del Reino Unido. Entonces es curioso ver las semejanzas y las desemejanzas que existen entre las dos situaciones, y siempre los catalanes se interesan mucho cuando yo les digo soy de Escocia y quieren hablar sobre ese tema. So guys, I hadn't actually seen this before, but at the base of the pillars there's actually an inscription which says, I'll just show you that now, National Monument to pay the respects to all the patriotic Catalan men and women of all time. So you can see, not the patriotic Spanish people, but the patriotic Catalans. Here, these two pillars in the centre, they don't have any inscriptions, but this last one does have another inscription, which is basically saying, as I mentioned earlier, the restoration is an act of justice, a historical justice, of the four columns which were torn down by the dictatorship in the year 1928 because of its Catalan nature, and as a symbol of the Catalan people and the Catalanism. See if I can have a go at pronouncing that in Catalan. I've only been here in Catalonia for 3 months, so my Catalan isn't exactly perfect. I often find myself as well going back to, as much as I'd like to learn Catalan, because I find learning new languages is always something that's interested me, I feel like because people here speak Spanish as well, I often find myself taking the easy option and just speaking in Spanish. But let's have a go at it, and I'm really sorry if you're from Catalonia and I completely butcher this. Restitución como acta de justicia histórica de las Cuatro Columnas enderrocadas por la dictadura al año. The numbers I still don't know, like I think 9 is nil or something like this. 1928. Pel seu caràcter de símbol de Catalunya. That's my attempt. As I said, I've definitely not pronounced that correctly, but you know, I'm getting there. Me estoy esforzando. Creo que es 1928 o algo así. Si no es así, me pueden corregir en los comentarios si hablan catalán. Okay folks, I've actually just walked across the city because this rain has started to get heavier, and unfortunately my camera is not waterproof. So as you can see here, I'm at Barcelona Sants. Let's see if we can see it, Barcelona Sants train station, which is where I'm going to go in order to get back home to Girona. I feel a bit dirty right now because I've been wearing the same clothes travelling for about 2 weeks, and I can't wait to get home and have a shower and get my clothes washed. I've been all over the place recently, went to lots of different cities in Spain. I should have filmed it, I didn't have the camera at the time. Went to Tarragona, Castellón de la Plana. I was going to go to Madrid, but it was pretty expensive at the time because it was around about Christmas, and I couldn't find any cheap train tickets. So we're going to head over just now to Barcelona Sants, and we're going to get on that train back to Girona. Guys, here we are in Barcelona Sants. I'm going to have to figure out what train I'm going to get. There's 2 trains that go to Girona. One of those trains is the high-speed train. It gets you there in about, I think it's like 30-40 minutes, it's very fast. Otherwise you take the other train, which is cheaper, but it takes a long time to get around. It goes around all the towns and neighbourhoods. But as you can see, here is Barcelona Sants. This was my first point of contact in Barcelona when I arrived at the airport. Came straight here to Sants. You can see there that many of the trains are going to lots of different places in Spain. You can see some are going to Madrid, some are going to Granada, I guess Alicante, Figueras. I've been to Figueras as well. That was really cool. That was where you can visit the Dalí Museum, which I did that recently too. San Sebastian. So yeah, if you're in Barcelona, you want to get around Spain, travel a bit, come here to Barcelona Sants. Okay guys, so here we have the trains that we can take. So you can see here, the next train that I can book is at 10 to 3. That gets me to Girona in 39 minutes, which isn't too bad. So we're going to do that. Right now it's only 2 o'clock, so we've got 50 minutes to wait, and then we'll be on our way back to Girona. So we've arrived at the platform. Here's the train. As you can see, it's going to Girona. That's where I'll be getting off. Now the thing actually about Spain is that you're still legally required to wear a face mask on public transport. I was quite surprised when I found that out, because in Scotland, where I'm from, there are no restrictions with regards to these face masks. And I remember in Girona, I didn't realise that, and I had one particularly bad experience when the bus driver absolutely went off his head. He shouted at me because I didn't have the mask. But thankfully there was a lady on the train from Girona, and she had a spare face mask, and that was very nice when she gave me the mask so I could get on the bus. them in and we'll get on the train back to Girona. Here, every carriage has a number, so that's number 5. I am in car number 1, 13C, so it's got 9 minutes to get on this train. Hope I don't miss it. Here we go, so number 3. You can see it's a very big train station. The platform is very long. Number 2. And just so happens with my lap, I'm on the very last carriage, right at the end of the platform. Carriage number 1. So let's get on the train. So guys, my plan is when I get to Girona, what I'd like to do is show you guys around the city. Very famous. They actually filmed many scenes of Game of Thrones in Girona, and it's very medieval. Lots of history in the city of Girona.
Arribada a les estacions en parada. La tripulació està a la seva disposició i el nom de Renfe es desitja un feliç viatge.
So at last here we are in Girona. I find myself right now in the Girona train station in the cafeteria, and I've ordered something that I want to share with you guys. I've ordered colacao, which is a type of Spanish milk drink, like a milkshake, and I believe it's from Valencia in Spain, so not too far from here. I was just in Valencia actually. I spent the Christmas holidays in Valencia, and it's a very delicious drink. You can see there it's called colacao. Have you ever tried this before? If you have, leave below in the comments what you think of it. When I was a child, I grew up with Nesquik, which is very similar, but the version I had was like a powder that you mix with the milk, and not like this direct from a bottle. But it's very delicious, and I definitely recommend if you come to Spain, grab yourself a colacao. It's not the only thing I've ordered. I've also ordered a baguette, which is filled with Iberian ham, jamón ibérico. In Catalan it's pernil ibéric, and this is a very famous ham because it's very healthy, and I believe it's special because the pigs are fed on acorns, bellotas, and that's why it's such good quality. The thing is about Spain is that the people here live so long. It's one of the countries with the highest life expectancies because the food is so healthy, and they always use lots of different oils, olive oil, and it is absolutely beautiful. So let's try it and see. I'm definitely not disappointed. I love Spanish food, I love the Spanish cuisine, and I'm always excited to try new things here. That's definitely not a first time for me since I've been here in Girona. That's a staple of my diet. But yeah, good food in Spain, in Catalonia, and at some point in future videos I'm going to share with you guys more of the gastronomic experiences which I have here. So here we go guys, we're at Girona train station with a delicious colacao in hand, and I want to show you how unique this train station is. Because as you can see, it's not on the same level as the ground. The platforms are actually above. So let me just go up and show you that actually. So as you can see, we're currently heading up the escalators to the platforms. And as you can see here, Girona. You have a view of the city as well. The sun's going down. I can't wait for it to be summer again so we can have nice long summer days. But yeah, this is Girona train station. So what I'm going to do now is going to head back home, and I'll see you guys in the next video here in Girona. I'm still trying to think of what to do. At some point what I'd like as well is to interview some people in the streets, do some street interviews. But if you guys have any suggestions of what you'd like to see, feel free to put them below in the comment section. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, we'll see you soon.